Father Phil. This is the second in a series that I am doing on the sacraments. And using the question, what do we believe? In the first session, I talked about what do we believe about the sacraments? And it was meant to be an introduction to all the sacraments, because there are some things we believe about all of the sacraments that ties all of them together. Yes, they stand alone. We celebrate them separately. And there are certain things we believe about each of the sacraments. But there's something about all the sacraments that ties us together into the mystery of how God comes to us in these very human, familiar, wonderful celebrations. And I spoke about all of the sacraments as moments of grace, celebrations of who we are and who we want to become as people of faith. And I said that sacraments are understood to be verbs. They're about actions in our life. They're not nouns. We say, I got baptized, I got married, I got ordained. And that could sound as though I went to the church and picked up baptism and took it home with me, or I went and I picked up marriage and off I went. Well, not so much. Maybe our language isn't always helpful when we use it that way. However, the sacraments are not either rewards for some good behavior. So they're not a static experience. Yes, there are moments of ceremony. There's so much more. They lead us, even send us into a celebration of life, a new way of living. So with that in mind, let's start at the beginning. Let's start the first sacrament, baptism. Let's agree on this. All life is a gift from God, the Creator. From the God who looked at what had been created and said, "It is very good." So life, in all its forms, is a gift of love and a gift of a loving God. And since God made human beings in the image and likeness of God's own self, what a remarkable truth that is. What a remarkable awareness, consciousness of God the Creator and of our life in the mind of God, in the desire of God. So baptism, we believe, is a celebration of that very gift. We believe then that our baptism is also rooted in the experience of God's Son, Jesus, who came to the waters of the Jordan to be baptized by John. We cannot understand our baptism without that context of Jesus being baptized. And just as the baptism of Jesus launched his ministry, his earthly ministry, so we too are immersed in the ministry of Jesus Christ, a ministry that flowed from his own baptism, a ministry that was always focused on doing the will of the Father. So, we believe that we were baptized into Jesus Christ. That's kind of an important preposition there. Baptized into Jesus Christ. We are not baptized into the church. We are baptized into Jesus Christ. And that means that we are destined and challenged to live the way Jesus lived. To embrace the attitudes he embraced, to love and forgive without condition as he did, to accept everyone as he did, to care as he cared without exception, and to suffer and to give over to God our whole life. It's a large task, but Jesus promised he would be with us. He would never leave us alone as we live out our baptism. This we call the grace of the sacrament, being in communion with the risen Christ. To be one with Christ. We believe that about baptism.